Hello and welcome to the Zonal Weakness for Gaming 23, brought to you by Ghana Football Fantasy and powered by Fantasy Football Scout. And of course, tonight it's Bethany Megan joining me all the way from the UK. Unfortunately, her screen or the camera needs to be off because she's right now in a car. But welcome, Bethany.
Hi Nadine, great to be with you all. Yes, apologies for my camera. It was eating up all my data and meaning that you couldn't hear me very well. So we've gone for this option. So hopefully at least you can hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can. And audience, before you get into the show, just apologies from the very beginning. We are really trying to sort out all the technical issues, but unfortunately, there are certain things that's not in our capacity. So if the video or the sound or the voice do crack because of the low internet or the bad internet or any other technical issues, then we apologize for that. But the fact that Bethany is doing it from the car and we're still trying to get this recording out. Just goes to show that how much effort we're trying to put into it. So we would appreciate all the support that's coming from you. So thank you so much, Bethany, for taking the trouble of doing it from the car while you're traveling on your way back. And yeah, so let's get straight to the show. This is the Zonal Weakness for Gaming 23. And of course, as I said, if you haven't followed, like, or subscribe, then please do so because every what we're trying to really do is trying to bring this data out to you in a form of a video. Even if you're in a car or we have a very busy schedule, we try to make sure that at least we get a video out. So we would appreciate any sort of love and appreciation that's coming from you by subscribing and of course following our channels. And all the data that you see are from the Fantasy Football Scout members area. And if you're interested in the membership, please do click on the link in the description section below and you would get a 20% discount, and that would allow you and give you access to the membership area and also all the data sets that's available. There's plenty, and you can do your own research. So I don't think so you should be delaying. It's already the middle of the season. It's getting interesting with the doubles and the upcoming fixtures with all the injuries and everything. So yeah, crucial time to crunch the data and then get the players that you need and identify the ones you want to select. So yeah, it would be great if you can do so. Right, over to the zonal weakness, Bethany, and this is the table for the Gaming 23. What stands out?
So I think the first player that stands out for me is Bowen. I love Bowen. He's been one of my favourite players to own in FPL. Owned him for most of the first half of the season, apart from when he got injured and sold him. But he's coming up looking great on the zonal weakness this week. Obviously ranked fifth for chances conceded down the centre against Man United. And Kudus should be back from his international duty, which just makes West Ham a much better team in general. So Bowen would be my shout this week. I think overall, some of the other teams, actually, I want to point out are ones that maybe aren't highlighted, but because they've just missed it, but there's quite a few of them. So Haaland there, if he, assuming he's playing and back by then, is obviously has a rank of 7. Isaac playing up front at a rank of 6. Palmer, I think, is ranked 7th, and I think all three of those are great options. I also really like Doku from Man City. A lot of us are going in for Man City assets at the moment because we know they double, and they also don't blank when some of the other big teams do. So I think a third option of Doku would be great, or Grealish. There, you know what I'm saying about Man United. Again, they've come up looking really strong on this, but I just don't trust them, so they're an avoid for me. Another thing just to point out is obviously Aston Villa has been interesting lately. If you saw last night, they actually lost, I think, 3-1. So they're not being great. And Sheffield, you'd have thought, would have been a really easy game for them, but none of them are being highlighted here on the zonal weakness. So, yeah, potentially a chance to avoid, or maybe the right week to move on. Somebody like Watkins up to Haaland if he's back.
Well, thank you so much for that. Interesting is Ings here, and I would carefully watch Ings. I mean, I think the window closes today, so I'm not sure if Ings is getting the move to Sheffield United. But if it does happen, Ings is one player that I think we should all watch out. Yeah. But anyway, let's move to the next slide.
Not really been
Yeah, please.
talk really at the moment. It's been a bit quiet actually.
Yeah, it's been a very quiet window, to be honest. Very quiet window. But anyway, let's see. This is the table for the remaining teams. And yeah, I think the table speaks out for itself. But anyway, Bethany, over to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, obviously, Arsenal and Liverpool play each other, so it doesn't look a great week for any of their options. Um, Ferguson and Welbeck are standing out there from Brighton, but I think Brighton assets are an avoid for me at the moment. They've not managed to score in the last three games. I think they had two nil-nils, and then obviously last night they lost 4-0 against Luton. So I think they're definitely a void, which isn't great for me when I already own a Superman and Gross. Gross, I think, will be leaving my team very swiftly. Yeah, I quite like Tavernier from Bournemouth. Generally, Bournemouth has looked good. He's been quite consistent across the season. And he's a great player if you're looking to downgrade someone to be able to put your money back into Haaland or when Salah's back, or Son because he's coming back from international soon too. I think he's a great enabler. So Tavernier is a great job there. Otherwise, nobody's standing out. Obviously, Tony, we might be wanting for his double, but it's not looking like a great week to bring him in against Man City, ranked 19th, the first chance conceded. So yeah, my advice is mostly probably if you can hold your transfers this week, and when we know more information, for example, whether Liverpool are going to double yet, we don't know that yet at the point of recording. So yeah, if you can hold the transfer, I think this week, and don't make too many rash moves.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with you, to be honest. And I made sure that, I already made my transfers just to make sure that, I'm ready for all you know, the troubles that I might end up having in Game Week 23-24. So basically, I'm ready for 25 with tripling up on City, but I'm not yet ready for 24 and 23. So yeah, so that's that. So I think it's a good suggestion. Over to you for the team of the week.
Sorry, my microphone had gone off. Yeah,
No
I've
worries.
already spoken about Bowen. I think he is somebody that I might look to bring in this week, for example, instead of Gross in my team. Doku I like because not only this week we know he's got the double going forward and he doesn't blank. Palmer I think has just been so consistent across the season so far that I think he's great and I would be playing him. Haaland obviously we need to kind of wait and see what happens this game week, whether he's on the bench, whether he starts, how many minutes he gets, check he doesn't get re-injured. But otherwise, yeah, I think we'll all. Isaac, I think, is a really nice shout. He's involved in a lot of Newcastle's goals. So yeah, really like him. And then yeah, interestingly in defence, actually, Trippier did well last night. So maybe Newcastle defenders could be back in. And then yeah, Udogie. He's been looking quite good recently. He's been coming out well on the zonals. But I think transfers are so important at the moment with the doubles and the blanks that unless you don't own Porro already, I wouldn't be looking to do the swap.
Yeah. Uh, I'm not sure if Udogi is the right one, but yeah, I think they're blank in 26, so I don't think so. This any swapping at this moment is ideal, to be honest. But anyway, that's that for this game week. Thank you so much again, Bethany, for taking the trouble to actually join us today. Thank you so much, and from doing it from your car and while you're on your way home. Of course, we do have very little time for the game week, so we had to do it anyway. But really appreciate an audience. I hope you're going to shower us, and apologies for any sort of external noise or any of the voice cracking up. So sorry for that. But yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.